Welcome to Midnight Tales.
The village of Oakhaven sat quietly in an isolated valley. The nightmare began when hunter Silas returned from deep woods. He had a jagged bite wound that was black and bloodless. By sunset, Silas suffered a burning fever and violent shivering. At midnight, Silas's fever suddenly stopped completely. Dr. Miller leaned closer to check his pulse, but found none. Suddenly, Silas opened cloudy gray eyes and attacked the doctor. His bite broke the night's silence with a terrifying scream. The virus was unlike anything the world had ever seen. It spread within minutes, not days like normal infections. Anyone bitten rose again with violent, primal hunger. Neighbors who shared bread now attacked each other's homes. A small group of survivors, led by a young woman named Clara, retreated to the village church. It was the only stone building with heavy oak doors. Outside, the sounds of the village had changed. The laughter and the clinking of blacksmith tools were replaced by the rhythmic thumping of bodies against wood. The heavy impacts echoed through the silent streets as the survivors held their breath inside the church. A low, guttural moaning filled the air, sounding like the wind through a graveyard. From the high bell tower, Clara looked down. The village was a sea of moving shadows. She realized the virus was airborne in close quarters. The very mist settling in the valley seemed to carry the rot. Fear spread among the survivors as they understood there was no safe distance from the infection. The zombies weren't just mindless, they were fast, driven by a feverish adrenaline. They ignored broken bones or heavy wounds as they hunted for the living. The heavy oak doors of the church began to groan. The wood started to splinter, not from strength, but from the sheer weight of hundreds of bodies pressing inward. The survivors realized that Oakhaven had become a trap. There was no help coming from the city. The radio remained silent, emitting only a static hiss. The hiss sounded suspiciously like the moaning outside. Clara grabbed a torch and a rusted scythe. If we stay, we die. If we run, we might make the ridge. As the doors finally gave way, the survivors charged. The village square was a gauntlet of horror. Clara saw her own father among the shuffling crowd, his face a mask of gray skin and hunger. She didn't look back, she couldn't. As the sun rose over the ridge, Clara was the only one left. She looked back at Oakhaven. The village was peaceful again, but it was a graveyard that refused to stay buried. The Oakhaven virus was no longer a village secret. As she reached the main highway, she saw a line of abandoned cars. In the distance, a city on the horizon was already beginning to burn. Would you like me to describe the specific symptoms of the virus? Clara realized she needed to understand the virus and prepare for survival in this zombie outbreak.
Thanks for watching. This was Midnight Tales.